Imagine living on just $2 a day. For most people, that's the price of a cup of coffee or a quick snack. But for some, $2 is the daily budget for everything: food, transportation, even shelter. Extreme frugality isn't just about saving money. It's a lifestyle that forces people to think carefully about each dollar. Some people take on this lifestyle to save for a goal, to see how little they can live on, or simply out of necessity. Around the world, millions of people already live on this amount every day, not by choice but because of their circumstances. What does it take to live on so little? And what can we learn from those who do? This video explores the world of extreme frugality, showing you the real challenges, surprising strategies, and important lessons from living on $2 a day. Number 1. The essentials, breaking down $2. Living on $2 a day means making every cent count. First, we need to ask, what are the essentials? For most people, the basics are food, water, shelter, and maybe transportation. But with only $2, choices become tough. A loaf of bread or rice might cost $1, leaving just $1 more for everything else. This tiny budget means there's rarely room for treats or extras. People who live on such a small amount have to get creative. They might buy items in bulk or stick to cheap, filling foods like rice, beans, or lentils. Every dollar spent must go towards something that brings real value. In some countries, $1 stretches further, making it a bit easier to meet daily needs. However, in places where prices are high, it's nearly impossible to cover all the essentials. This lifestyle forces people to prioritize, choosing what they absolutely need and letting go of the rest. It's not just about spending less, but about learning to live with less. Number 2. Food. The art of budget eating. Eating on $2 a day is a real challenge. With such a small budget, every meal has to be carefully planned. People who live on this budget often choose cheap, filling foods like rice, beans, and lentils. These foods are not only affordable but also give a lot of energy and can be used in many different recipes. Vegetables, though healthy, can be more costly, so people look for seasonal produce or shop at discount stores to get the best prices. One key strategy is buying in bulk. Even though it costs more upfront, bulk items last longer and cost less per serving, making it easier to stretch meals over many days. Many people also make large batches of food, like soups or stews, that can be reheated and eaten throughout the week. Extreme frugality with food often means avoiding any waste. Leftovers are saved, and even small scraps can be turned into soups or broths. For many, this lifestyle teaches the value of each bite, making them appreciate food more. Although limiting, this kind of budget eating shows that with planning, creativity, and a bit of resourcefulness, it's possible to eat on a tiny budget. Number 3. Housing hacks, finding affordable shelter. Finding a place to live on a $2 a day budget is extremely difficult. Traditional rent is far too expensive, so people who live on this budget have to think outside the box. Some turn to couch surfing, staying with friends or family when possible. Others look for shared rooms where they split costs with multiple roommates to bring down the price as low as possible. Some people take it a step further and choose tiny living options. They might live in a very small space like a converted van, which they can park for free or for a small fee. For some, camping is an option, either on public lands or in campgrounds that offer affordable long-term rates. These options are often basic, but they cover the need for shelter without heavy costs. There are also people who use barter or trade to get housing. For example, they might work a few hours a week in exchange for a place to stay. In big cities, some people rent only a bed or a corner in a shared space. These choices aren't always comfortable, but they allow people to have shelter without spending more than they can afford. Number 4. Clothing. The world of free and thrift. When living on $2 a day, buying new clothes is out of the question. Instead, people turn to free or very low-cost options. Thrift stores are a popular choice, offering used clothes for a fraction of the price. Many communities also have free cycling groups where people give away items they no longer need, including clothes. This allows people to pick up essentials without spending a penny. Another option is clothing swaps, where friends or community members trade items they no longer wear. Some people even learn simple sewing skills to repair or modify old clothes, making them last longer. By being resourceful, people living on tight budgets find ways to dress decently without buying new. This lifestyle not only saves money, but also reduces waste. Number 5. The psychology of extreme frugality. Living on $2 a day isn't just a physical challenge, it's a mental one too. People living this way often feel stressed or anxious about having so little. Constantly worrying about every dollar can be exhausting, and the fear of unexpected expenses can add pressure. However, some people find surprising benefits in extreme frugality. They learn to appreciate the small things, like a meal or a warm jacket, because they know what it's like to go without. This lifestyle also changes how people think about needs and wants. They become more thoughtful about what really matters, focusing on experiences and relationships over possessions. While it can be tough, many people say they feel a sense of freedom from owning less. Number 6. Money-saving techniques beyond the basics. When living on $2 a day, people must look for creative ways to save money without spending anything extra. One way is through bartering, trading skills or items instead of using cash. For example, someone might help a neighbor with yard work in exchange for a meal or a ride. Many also volunteer for events or activities, which sometimes come with perks like free meals or access to entertainment. Another strategy is to make full use of free public resources. Libraries are great for free books, internet access, and sometimes even classes or events. Community centers often offer free programs, from exercise classes to job workshops, helping people learn and socialize without spending money. By tapping into these resources, people find ways to enrich their lives, learn new skills, and enjoy their community, all without stretching their tiny budgets further. Number 7. Health risks and benefits of extreme frugality. Living on $2 a day comes with health challenges. Eating on such a small budget can mean missing out on important nutrients, which can lead to fatigue and health problems over time. Limited money also makes it hard to afford fresh fruits and vegetables or other nutritious foods, and without enough variety in meals, people might feel weaker or get sick more easily. However, there can be surprising health benefits too. People on tight budgets often walk or bike instead of paying for transportation, which helps them stay physically active. With fewer possessions and simpler lives, they may experience less stress from clutter or overspending. Living minimally can promote gratitude, as people find joy in what they do have. Number 8. Is it sustainable? The realities of long-term extreme frugality. Living on $2 a day might be possible for a short time, but it's hard to keep up long-term. Constantly worrying about every dollar can lead to stress and burnout. Over time, the lack of proper nutrition and healthcare access can harm a person's health. For many, this lifestyle also means missing out on social events or experiences that cost money, which can lead to feelings of isolation. On the other hand, extreme frugality teaches important skills and builds resilience. People learn to stretch their resources and get creative with what they have. However, it's tough to save or plan for the future on such a tight budget. For most, long-term extreme frugality is not a sustainable lifestyle, but rather a temporary way to survive or reach a financial goal. Extreme frugality, living on as little as $2 a day, shows us the true value of money, resilience, and creativity. It teaches that with determination, people can make even the smallest amount stretch. This lifestyle pushes people to focus on what really matters: food, shelter, and basic needs, cutting out all the extras we often take for granted. For those who try this way of living, whether by choice or necessity, it often brings a deeper appreciation for each meal, every bit of warmth, and every small act of kindness. While not everyone needs to live this way, the lessons of extreme frugality are universal. It reminds us to be mindful of our spending, to value what we have, and to waste less. Above all, it shows that life can still hold meaning, even with very little, and that sometimes simplicity brings its own kind of freedom. Now, if you want to learn how to achieve financial success, then watch this video next. If you made it to this point in the video, please like and subscribe to the channel to see more content like this. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.